It's week 1 of the NFL, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Chiefs and the Steelers on Monday Night Prime Time.
But not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three Rivers Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium.
Tonight, we'll have the final 2 games of this kickoff weekend, and we begin with a great one here between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night, all sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out at Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Not the kind of game that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of game that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Well, Mahomes finding his burner Hardman for the KC first.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Yellow!
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Mahomes. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
I think we got to give a lot of credit here to the coaching staff on this one. Long field goals, really long field goals. Sometimes you get a chance to have a return, as we just saw there, but that means you've had to practice that and also have the right people on the field. I think you change what you do here, don't you, Brandon?
Yeah, and the formula certainly worked. Now, you're going to have good field position anyway on the long field goal try. Now with a block and the return, they're in great shape.
Yeah, I love what they did. Instead of just having their normal field goal block unit on, it was almost like they had the punt return team on there. Faster, more agile guys on the field, because the guys covering are usually the big guys, and they're not used to playing on their feet like that.
The quick slant caught, and in for the Chiefs touchdown. Terry McLaurin, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. In the discussion of how would this offense respond in week 1, game 1 of this season, boom, they come out, get the football, score it.
It's funny, didn't we ask them that question in our meetings, Brandon?
We did.
How are you going to respond? I think we got our answer, didn't we?
We did.
Straight down the field, well done.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. From the 6. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw now on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll set up to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
They'll look to throw again. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. From 8 yards out.
Well, the Steelers are an extra point away from evening this one up. There you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass of the new season.
And he had a strong rookie year. So much more expected of him this one, as you might imagine. He threw that one with confidence and assuredness.
And I noticed that the celebration a little bit more subdued than his first touchdown pass last year as a rookie.
Yeah, he certainly is acting like he's done it before.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mahomes going to throw. That one is slant to McLaurin. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question will... And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Steelers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. Running again with Barkley on second down. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he's got it. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Chris Godwin, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 14-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Looking to throw is Mahomes.
That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin.
And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. Butker's kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just 1 play.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll throw now on the final play. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where it was the Dolphins who were able to pick up the victory at home. Tua Tagovailoa with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless.
It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And the half will begin with a touchback. And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down, here's Barkley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 32-yard line. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Here's Swift. He's got some room to operate. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. DeAndre Swift. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
Now here's Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire.
And a short gain down to about the 33.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. Butker's kick here is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They go play action here on first down. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's caught inside the 35. And they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hitter on what proves to be the final play of the third quarter. We are through three quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. A first down carry for Barkley, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are right back in this football game.
He's been having a good day so far, but I think he got a little overzealous on that one. Still young in this league, has to learn to try not to do too much on an individual play because, as we all know, sometimes less is more, and throwing away is preferable to making the big mistake.
And now here comes Kansas City. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome. Meanwhile, Mahomes throw into the hands here of Hardman. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. The Charles are trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Mahomes now on first down. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Here's Mahomes to throw. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Mahomes now on first down. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Mahomes. Across the formation, Hardman gets a completion. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 14. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And Mahomes going to hustle him up to the line here. Mahomes. Finding Edwards-Helaire once again. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
They'll go. It's Edwards a runner. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point convert. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here now, a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They're going to try and run for it. And he's going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion successful. And we've got ourselves a tie football game. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he will get out of bounds as that stops the clock on a big gainer up close to midfield. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he will find his man on the outside. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And in the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 30 yards.
But he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
A little bit of a dangerous throw in a tie ball game, because your job, make sure the worst thing that happens to your offense is that you go into overtime. That could have been a game changer there if he came down with that interception.
And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
Back to throw again. 17. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This one fielded at the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he will take this one back all the way inside the 35.
That tremendous return put them in field goal range right now. But I look at the overtime rules and know that a touchdown ends the game. I don't want to just settle for 3 there. I want to go ahead and get 6 right now.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
So outstanding field position, and no doubt about it. Right now, their eyes, they're fixed squarely on that end zone. They want to win this without giving the other side the football.
And partner, you've been in the game long enough. You know that not everyone is a fan of being able to win the game in overtime on the first team that has possession. But if you're a fan of that team, you don't care about that right now. Your offense is energized, great field position. Here's a chance to go downfield and win it right here.
That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Defensively now, the ultimate challenge. Of course, the ball gets in the end zone. This thing's over.
And I remember my coaches always talked about in goal line situations, and now you're in overtime.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. We needed extra time to decide this one. The rushing score and OT finishes it off, but all throughout, really just a great game to witness.
I agree, and the whole time we were watching and working on this game, I had it in the back of my head. We could get to overtime, just the way this game went, the ebb and flow of it all, and then to get there and finish it what I would call old school way, a running play, because in today's NFL, we throw the ball to ring the bell, don't we?
Not there. They ran it in. And again, just a great, great game that we bore witness to. So for Pittsburgh, there was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.